Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. Today is Tuesday here in Canada. It's February 3rd. It's officially the 23rd, 2016, and this is the morning drive where I drive to work and talk and run out of things to and read comments. If I run out of comments, then I just start rambling about random stuff. Like yesterday when I rambled about weird encounters with my parents. So, let's get the ball rolling right off the bat here. Starting off, I have CJ Phoenix. Morning. Don't really have an awkward pickup story, but I do remember some dude trying to pick up his now fiance while he was on his first date. Was hilarious. Ever thought of adding artillery to orcs? I use them a lot when they are super handy. Totally thought that was the same sentence. I thought like he tried to pick up his fiance by adding artillery to his orcs. I was like, ooh, huh. I feel like there's more to that story, but anyway. I need something that can deal with air, and I need to pick up some of those zap guns and things like that because they are just gross. So, played against one guy who had those orcs versus orcs. Sorry. And he played a very artillery-based army, so it was very, we sit back and shoot you. If you get to us, we're dead. And I brought my mobile bikes and orcs and trucks and stuff like that. And so it was 2 rounds of me going across the board getting shot at, and then a round and a half of close combat and him dying. I liked the zap guns. They were very, very good because I brought a flyer, and it was just like, oh, there's a flyer. It's dead. I'm like, oh, wow, okay, that was incredibly effective. So, this guy behind me does not have a very happy look on his face. He's like, it looks really, really pissed. Damn it. Yeah, but no, that was probably an error on my part. I didn't see any punctuation there, but I totally read that he picked up his now fiance by adding artillery to his orcs, which just made me think like, wow, there's more to that story than you were telling, sir. I feel like we need to hear it. So, all right, next question. I went too far. There's sun in my face. Let me just fix the camera here. There we go. Nah, I didn't do it. Next comment is from, sorry, there's an attractive girl over there. Brad Davidson. Quirk. If a pretty girl asks you for your number, you don't say no. Well, unless you're not attracted. I, sir, am disappointed. Well, yeah, I don't really have an excuse. I probably should have said yes and gave her my number, but it was an awkward meet. My parents were there, man. It just makes it even weirder because then my parents are gonna be like, we know what you did. Yeah, I'm drinking Sunny D. It does not taste very, yeah, whatever. Going on 4 days now without drinking an energy drink. I feel like death. Sunny D is not doing the trick for me. And it doesn't help that I can finish those containers in like 2 sips. But I remember being a kid and those things used to last me like hours and they were delicious. Now it's like 2 sips and they taste like medicine. It tastes like vitamin C. That's all it tastes like. It's like, here, we're just gonna throw like 2 drops of artificial orange juice flavoring into it and fill the rest in with vitamin C. No, don't worry, kids won't notice. Adults, they're not gonna drink this. They got energy drinks. Yeah, nope, I'm trying to drink it and it hurts. It actually hurts my throat to drink. But once I've done it in like 10 minutes, I'm like, wow, I feel a lot better. I feel like I've had more than my daily required amount of vitamin C. So, all right. Next comment, and of course I wait till I'm on the highway before I start reading the longest comment that I think I've ever gotten, is, oh, there's 2 in a row. There's 2 in a row. Come on, guys. All right. If I die, it's because of this comment here or the next one. So let me actually get up to terminal velocity behind this car here and make sure there's no police officer mans or women's. No. Okay, we're good. So the next comment is, oh, it's so bright. Fallen Hero. I'm gonna pause and go as I read through this because there's turns coming up. How I got my girlfriend? Well, this is bad. I knew her for a good few years prior to us getting together. One night, I was out with friends drinking lots. Like I said, I'm going to pause while I'm reading this. There's a turn. And, right. Well, I like where the story's going already. You've been drinking lots. Alright. I then, while walking to another pub, when I got drunken... Oh, while in my drunken stupor, I fell into my, at this point, future girlfriend. Oh, okay. She fell and hit the floor and cracked a tooth. I felt so bad about it. I spent all night buying her drinks to say sorry, and it turned out that we had a lot in common, and now it's been 7 years. Wow. That's awesome. And yeah, that's actually, yeah, that's pretty awkward. I tripped and knocked out her tooth, but we love each other. That is not how I picture that story ending. So, no, that's awesome, dude. Ow. I really hope that audio picked up that cracking sound. That was me trying to do something that I've never done before with my tongue ring. And I cracked my tooth. Well, I didn't crack my tooth, I just banged the piercing up my... That sucked. Anyway. And that, kids, is why you don't do what Quirk does, because Quirk does silly things. I should put that on a shirt. So, no, dude, that's actually really cool that you met your girlfriend there. Kind of a... Yeah, that is definitely a story you would tell the like grandkids, being like, hey, want to know how Grandma and Grandpa met? Grandpa was drunk and stumbling from pub to pub. And while I was walking into this one pub, I stumbled into who is now your grandmother. But I did it so ferociously that she got knocked over and slammed her face against the floor and chipped her tooth. I, in my drunken stupor, felt so bad that I figured the only way to repay and apologize appropriately to this wonderful looking maiden was to buy her a very large amount of drinks. And throughout the course of the evening, we found out that we had a lot in common. And now we are married and have kids and grandkids. And that, children, is how you came to be. So be thankful that Granddad got drunk. Please don't show that to your girlfriend, because then I'm gonna be down to subscriber. Is he making fun of the way we met? Oh, you can't be. Unsubscribe from him. He's a jerk. Okay. Next one. This is another one of those stories. I'm probably gonna end up retelling it, so I'm sorry. This one's from Parker Gray. Not really how I met anyone in particular, but a good moment of uneasy, long, awkward pauses over a year. But I'm from a crazy Jewish home, and I have a mother who has pushed me to get married and have kids since I was 16. Okay, wow. To the story, I was an accountant working for a fairly large bank after graduating college. I would work long hours, and one night I came home around 7 or 8 p.m. My door was unlocked, and when I entered, I found a random girl in my living room with food. This happened a few times. I came out to find my mother had started an online dating account and would convince girls to wait in the apartment for me. Yeah, super strange. Dude, your mom's got, like, huge chops to do that. I don't know how I would respond to just randomly going home and there'd be a girl in my apartment, like I've never met before, making food for me. I don't think I'd be angry. I think I'd be more like, what you making? So, no, that's pretty ballsy from your mom, but still, that doesn't sound like you should have been able to have a conversation there. Just start randomly talking about whatever you could possibly think of. Just be like, so, do you like Warhammer? What's that? This isn't gonna work. That's pretty much how those conversations go. So, still trying to get past the whole I knocked my fiance's tooth out. Your mom? Okay, yeah. Your mom must really want grandkids. She wants the grandbabies. You got to provide her with the grandbabies, or she's gonna do it for you. That's just how it is, right? Okay. Next comment. I think it's the last one. Oh, right. Music listenerable. Music listener able. Okay. When your dad inevitably gets the text from that girl, are you gonna get him to give her your number? Yes. Maybe. I don't know yet. So I go every Sunday to like this diner, usually with my parents, and this is the second time that she's been our waitress. The first time she was very like, hi, whatever, blah blah blah. I was like, okay, she's a regular waitress. This time it was like, well, like I said before, I told you in the last video that she was very like, can I get you anything? Do you need anything else? Here, I got you this extra water. I'm like, I already have water. Like that's just, she was being overly, she was doing her job too well. For the amount of people that were in there, we should not have been getting that much attention from one server. And then when I'm leaving, she's just like constantly trying to make eye contact. It was weird. It was really just weird. So that's all. I don't think I'm going to pursue that in any way, shape, or form. Probably. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? So, anyway, that's all the comments that I have for today, so I need something to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. You guys should just start pitching like random comments of things I should talk about. Be like, when you run out of comments, here's a list of things you can talk about. Politics? No. Why Sunny D is disgusting? Well, because I told you before, they chocked it full of vitamin C. All the vitamin C. All of it. Yeah. Come here, you. And it's pretty much done. Well, that was depressing. These things cost like $2 a piece. Why? There's like nothing in them. So, I was watching vitamin C residue. That's gross. Anyway, I was watching a YouTube video that Warhammer TV had come out with on how to paint the Wolfen. And I was expecting the guy who's always in there painting videos to pop up, but it was some other person. It was a girl this time. And I don't know why, but her painting method, like the way she was painting stuff, didn't actually feel like she was the one who was painting it. Not by her standard or whatever, but she'd start painting something and it would be like, okay, I get the kind of idea that you're going with. It would go back to her talking about something, and then they'd show like after she was done doing it, and it looked completely different than how she started it. Not like, oh, I'm gonna paint these little ridges and everything here. It looked like someone else had painted it for her, like she had started it, and so it was like, no, let me just finish this, fix this here for you. You can keep talking. No, you're absolutely great on camera, but you can't seem to paint this, so we're just gonna fix this for you. Like that's almost what it felt like someone was doing. So I don't know. I was watching it. I like watching those just because their painting tutorials are very specific. They're not like Chris's painting tutorials are very, very good if you want to learn how to do something for 20 different projects. If you want to learn how to do wet blending can be applied to any miniature ever that you want to paint. Whereas the Warhammer ones are very much like, you want to learn how to paint a ultramarine space marine. Okay, here's how you paint a ultramarine space marine. None of the techniques we're going to teach you are going to be taught in a way that you can apply them to other miniatures. So, which is great. Like if you go on, you're like, I want my ultramarine I want specifically to know what to do for beating this ultra rate. They are fantastic, but I prefer going to Chris's and just being like, hey, let's see what let's just see how to do not like a sky earth non-metallic metal. And then I bugged him about that for years too. And then he finally did it, and I was like, oh cool. And then he finished it. I was like, I hate you. That looks gorgeous. I thought for sure you'd screw that up. So, but yeah, I've been going to mini wargaming and just hanging out with the guys for a long time now. If anybody's watched the videos like from a way back when, they'll know that I've been in a couple of them before. Hung out with Owen all the time, so there's all that stuff. But I used to go in right when Chris started doing his quick tips, and he had tons. He would never ask anybody for like, what's something you'd like to see a quick tip of, which he does every now and then here when he gets like, he doesn't get any comments on anything new, so he'll be like, what's a good quick tip? And we'll be like, okay, that's why I threw him the War Machine Cephalic stuff. It said do bruising in veins. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, nobody's seen that, so he does the bruising in veins. They looked awesome, and now I have two of them. One of them looks like I painted it, the other one looks like Picasso painted it. So yeah, but he would always be like, oh, what's an idea? I was like, do a sky earth non-metallic metal. He's like, oh, that's so easy. I was like, then do it. I hate you. I can't do it. And he's like, okay, I guess. And he wouldn't do it. And he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. And finally he did it. And he didn't tell me. And I was just going through, and I came in one day and I bugged him. I was like, why don't you do a sky earth non-metallic metal? He's like, I did that. I was like, what? When? He's like, oh, like 2 months ago. I was like, what? So I watched the video on how he did it, and I was like, oh. And then I tried to do it, and I just whiffed. I was like, oh, because my own faults kind of kick in. I did that in school a lot too. Whenever a teacher would be like, here's how you do this, and I'd start doing it, and be like, oh, I think I found a better way to do it, and I'd try and do it the better way, and then it would just like fail on me terribly. So yeah, wow, I think I found the best camera angle for the like greatest light. Look, everything's so clear. You can see everything. Oh, my cheeks look so rosy. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of to talk about right now. You guys' comments were good, but I think everybody was a little bit upset that Thomas won the miniature there, because no one wants to comment now. Chuck won that miniature. I wanted it. So. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how. Now, this is not more like wargaming related at all. This is just completely YouTube channel. But I'm saying this because you guys seem to have a little bit of an investment in my channel, which I appreciate. I'm trying to figure out how to make the channel grow. So I've posted a few things here and there about my channel, and I don't know where, but I posted it in like 3 different spots. One was on like a Facebook page, one was on like a YouTube, or not YouTube, like a Warhammer 40k forum, and then the last one, I think I briefly mentioned it in my sit and talk. And one of those 3, I don't think it was a combination of the 3, I think it was just one of those 3 spiked my numbers, because I went from having about 110 subscribers to now having almost 200, and I don't know what happened. So I'm curious, like, what was it that got you guys to subscribe to the channel? This is what I'm asking you guys to leave a comment for. I'll read it. I'll totally be like, hey, this is where I found your page, and this is what got me into it. Also, let me know what you guys like about the channel. Is it like the Saturday morning gaming? Because I've only done 2 of those. Not because they're difficult to do, just because they don't seem to get that much traction. I'm not sure. If you guys like them, I'll keep doing them. That's not a problem. And then there's the Irritated Wargamers. Those actually take a little bit of work, just because it's getting in the mindset to rant like I do, and then also having the time to edit it so that I take out all the middle stuff, because I had one person comment saying like the jump clips are really annoying. I'm like, yeah, but if you actually tried to watch it the way I filmed it, it would drive you insane, because I literally will film and rant and repeat myself, and I go all over the place because half the stuff I'm saying doesn't make sense, and then I have to edit it so that it does make sense, because it's a regular rant. Like, people say things during rants that they start repeating themselves, start saying the same thing, so I have to edit it so I'm not sounding like I'm just crazy, and I need to actually try and get to a certain point. Like, it's a 4-minute long video, but I'm editing 20 minutes of content, cut it. So Anyway, guys, I'm officially at work. So, as always, if there's a certain comment that you'd like me to comment or question you'd like me to read on the show, please leave it down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until tomorrow, have a good day.